Here's a demo on how to grant custom weapons to vehicles in Halo Infinite. So, for example, jumping into this Banshee, you choose the regular bomb and the shot. If I ping it, now it shoots the unbound plasma pistol shot and still retains the secondary fire. Same here for the Falcon. It has a honk, but that is classified as a weapon. If I put my script on it, now I'm shooting plasma pistol with the Falcon. The script also accounts for the turrets in the hog, so I just ping this hog. I'm going in the driver's seat, I'm honking the horn, but it does nothing. Then if I go into the turret seat and shoot, it is actually shooting that. Now you may be thinking like it's a simple process, just like give a weapon to a vehicle, such as this script here. So on player mark, it just gives the vehicle an unbound plasma pistol, but I'll show you that it doesn't work that simply. So here demoing with the Ghost. Just regular Ghost here shooting. You can see the hit markers when I'm attacking this chopper. Now if I ping the Ghost to give it specifically just that plasma pistol, you'll see there's no actual hit marker, so nothing is coming out here. It is not a valid weapon that the Ghost can shoot. And these projectiles here, they're only client side. So how we're actually able to grant custom weapons to vehicles is we need to grant the vehicle a weapon that has the base weapon type of a vehicle weapon. And there's only 2 of these vehicle weapons that we can pull. One is from the Rockethog's turret and one is from the Wasp's turret. And here's the script that does that. So on gameplay start, we're pulling all the objects with spawn order 0. The important part is those 2 vehicle weapons that we are pulling do indeed have a spawn order of 0, and they are in this list, so we can loop through them. Now here we're checking, is the unit that is holding the weapon, is it a vehicle? So this is a kind of a workaround script to get is vehicle filter. So if the unit that is holding the weapon type, aka this turret for example, is that a vehicle? If so, we clone the weapon and then we filter is the base vehicle. So is the vehicle of the vehicle. So is the vehicle of this vehicle, which would be the base Rockethog, is that a Rockethog or is it a Wasp? And then assign the weapon, which is again this guy right here, the cloned object of that, assign that as the weapon. So we're finding the weapon, seeing if that weapon is being held by a vehicle, which is really only true for the Hog turret here and the Wasp, and then seeing if the vehicle of that vehicle is this. The script for giving a custom weapon type to a vehicle is in this yellow brain. So on player mark, we are setting this weapon type variable to be the custom weapon. The important part here is you need to have the base weapon come from either one of the stored vehicle weapon types. So the ones held by the Rockethog or the Wasp, and they are these object variables. We're pulling the base weapon from those and then adding a configuration to it. The configuration is pretty much what changes the projectile in this case, and it can only be these legendary weapon variants, and really only the useful ones are the ones with projectiles, so like unbound plasma pistol, heat wave, or the tracker rocket, because you can see those. You cannot really see like a breacher shot. So we set the weapon type, we're gonna call that later, and then we trigger this custom event. The number is optional here if you want to add custom traits, such as these. So like applying weapon damage. The script for optionally adjusting the damage that the vehicle weapon does can be found here. So every second for each player, we're seeing if they are driving a passenger or a gunner in a vehicle. Then we're checking the vehicle value of that vehicle, and that is assigned via this number here. So in this case, number 1. So here, this check it is number 1. Then we see if the operator of the vehicle is a driver. So 1 means driver, 2 means passenger, and 3 here means the gunner, as per these. Is driver apply the vehicle 1 trait set to the driver of the vehicle? Not the vehicle, but the driver of the vehicle. And in our case, vehicle number 1 trait means just weapon damage 1. And I'll show you that's the unaltered damage. So here applying the weapon and the trait to the ghost. You'll see how long it takes to destroy this chopper. Now if I change that damage to be 3, which is the maximum the node can handle, now it takes a much shorter time to destroy this chopper. Here I've changed the vehicle value to 3, and in the script I've pre-assigned vehicle value 3 to check if the operator of the vehicle is a gunner, and then applying vehicle 3 trait set to the player. Vehicle 3 trait set meaning that the weapon damage is 3, so that only applies to the gunner seat. So in this case, like the hog here, now this thing does a lot of damage. I've made a simple script for this, granting vehicle weapons, that is contained in a mode prefab. After bookmarking, you can find the mode prefab in the mode section of your object browser under the name TSG grantVehicleWeapons. Just place that on the level. Don't worry about these colors, they are bugged. But then, just marking a vehicle, there's the already working demo for the vehicle weapons. If you want to adjust the vehicle weapon, just unprefab and go to this brain here. And here's the portion where you can adjust the weapon type.